Ladies and gentlemen, today we embark on a journey not just through the realms of psychology, but through the very depths of our unconscious minds. As we delve into the concept of the empath, we must begin by examining what lies beneath the surface of this identity, peeling back the layers to reveal the core of our human experience. The term empath is often used to describe individuals who seem to possess an innate ability to feel and experience the emotions of others. Yet, let us consider the possibility that this is not merely a trait of empathy, but a profound manifestation of a forgotten aspect of oneself. Imagine, if you will, a child once vibrant and full of life, whose needs and desires were eclipsed by the demands of their environment. This child, yearning for connection and understanding, learns to attune themselves to the emotional states of those around them as a means of survival. Over time, this child becomes so adept at anticipating and meeting the needs of others that their own needs become lost in the shadows. This is the forgotten child, the one who becomes everyone's healer at the expense of their own wholeness. In our quest to understand the empath, we must first acknowledge the archetype of the wounded healer. This archetype, rooted in the myth of Chiron, speaks to the paradox of healing, that those who are most adept at healing, others are often those who have suffered the deepest wounds themselves. The empath, in their role as a healer, embodies this archetype. Their sensitivity to the emotions of others is not merely a gift, but a wound that has shaped their very being. It is through this wound that they find their capacity to heal, yet the path of the empath is fraught with peril. To navigate the tumultuous waters of the unconscious, one must confront not only the emotions of others, but the shadows of their own psyche. The shadow, as I have often spoken, is the part of ourselves that we have rejected or denied. It is the reservoir of our deepest fears, desire, and impulses that we have deemed unacceptable. For the empath, the shadow may hold the unacknowledged needs and desires that were sacrificed in the service of others. The journey of the empath is thus one of integration, of bringing to light the forgotten aspects of the self and embracing them with compassion. This requires a willingness to face the darkness within and to confront the fears that have kept these aspects hidden. It is only through this process of individuation, of becoming whole, that the empaths can truly heal themselves and others. As we explore the empathic experience, we must also consider the role of dreams. Dreams, in their symbolic language, offer a window into the unconscious, revealing the hidden truth of our psyche. For the empath, dreams may serve as a guide, illuminating the path to self-discovery and healing. They may present archetypal images that resonate with the empath's journey, offering insights into the dynamics of their relationships and the patterns that have shaped their lives. The empath may find themselves dreaming of water, a symbol of the unconscious, and of the emotions that flow beneath the surface. Water, in its many forms, can represent the fluidity of emotions and the depths of the unconscious mind. The empath is often drawn to these watery realms, where they must learn to navigate the currents of their emotions and the emotions of others. Another common symbol in the dreams of the empath is the mirror. The mirror reflects the self, revealing both the light and the shadow. It is a reminder to the empath to look within, to see themselves as they truly are, and to embrace all aspects of their being. The mirror also symbolizes the empath's role as a reflection of others, highlighting the need for boundaries and self-awareness. As we ponder these symbols, let us not forget the power of the collective unconscious. This vast reservoir of shared human experience is the source of our archetypes and symbols. It is through the collective unconscious that the empath connects with others, tapping into the universal truths that bind us all. Yet, this connection can also be overwhelming, as the empath may struggle to discern their own emotions from those of the collective. To navigate this intricate web of connections, the empath must cultivate a sense of self-awareness and discernment. This requires a deep understanding of their own emotional landscape and the ability to differentiate between their own emotions and those of others. It is only through this process of self-discovery that the empath can truly harness their gifts and use them for healing. The empath's journey is ultimately one of transformation. It is a journey of turning inward, of facing the shadows, and of emerging with a deeper understanding of oneself and one's place in the world. It is a journey of finding balance between the needs of the self and the needs of others, and of realizing that true healing begins within. As we reflect on the empath's journey, let us also consider the role of intuition. The empath's sensitivity to the emotions of others is often accompanied by a heightened sense of intuition, an inner knowing that transcends logic and reason. This intuition is a powerful tool for the empath, guiding them in their interactions with others and helping them to navigate the complexities of the human experience. Yet, intuition is not infallible. It is shaped by our experiences, our beliefs, and our biases. For the empath, it is essential to cultivate a sense of discernment, to question their intuitions and to seek a deeper understanding of the forces that shape them. This requires a willingness to explore the unconscious, to confront the shadows, and to embrace the unknown. In this exploration, the empaths may find themselves drawn to the mystical and the transcendent. They may seek out practices that connect them with the divine, that offer insights into the mysteries of existence, and that provide a sense of meaning and purpose. These practices can serve as a source of strength and guidance, helping the empaths to navigate the challenges of their journey. As we conclude this exploration of the empath, let us not forget the importance of community. The empath, in their role as a healer, is often called to serve others, but they must also remember to seek out support for themselves. It is through connection with others that the empath can find solace and understanding, and it is through these connections that they can continue to grow and evolve. The empath's journey is a profound and transformative one, a journey of healing and self-discovery. It is a journey that requires courage, compassion, and a willingness to face the unknown. As we reflect on this journey, let us remember that we are all connected, that we all share in the human experience, and that we all have the capacity to heal ourselves and others. As we continue our journey into the depths of the empathic experience, let us delve further into the intricate dance between the conscious and the unconscious. This interplay is the essence of our psychic life. And it is here that the empath finds both their greatest challenges and their most profound opportunities for growth. The conscious mind, with its rationality and logic, often seeks to impose order upon the chaos of the unconscious, yet it is within this chaos that the seeds of creativity and transformation lie. The empath, by virtue of their heightened sensitivity, stands at the threshold between these two realms. They are called to be mediators, to bridge the gap between the seen and the unseen, the known and the unknown. This requires a profound trust in the process of individuation, the unfolding of the self towards wholeness. It is a process that demands courage, for it involves the integration of all aspects of the self, including those that are difficult to face. The role of the shadow in this process cannot be overstated. The shadow is not merely a repository of repressed desires and fears. It is also a source of untapped potential and creativity for the empath. The shadow may contain the very parts of themselves that they have denied in their quest to meet the needs of others. By bringing these elements into consciousness, the empaths can begin to reclaim their own power and authenticity. This reclamation of the self is often accompanied by a journey into the depths of one's personal mythology. Each of us carries within us a unique story, a narrative that shapes our identity and influences our actions. For the empath, this story may be one of sacrifice and selflessness, a narrative that has been reinforced by their experiences and relationships. Yet, as they delve deeper into their unconscious, they may discover alternative narratives, stories of strength and resilience that have lain dormant. In this exploration, the empath may encounter archetypes that resonate with their personal journey. These archetypes, universal symbols that arise from the collective unconscious, offer insights into the dynamics of the human psyche. The archetype of the hero, for instance, may speak to the empath's quest for self-discovery and empowerment. The archetype of the caregiver, on the other hand, may reflect their role as nurturers and healers. By engaging with these archetypes, the empath can gain a deeper understanding of the patterns that govern their lives. They can begin to see how these patterns have shaped their relationships and influenced their choices. This awareness is the first step towards transformation, towards breaking free from the constraints of the past and forging a new path. Yet, the journey of transformation is not without its challenges. As the empath confronts the shadow and embraces their true self, they may encounter resistance from within and without. The ego, with its need for control and stability, may resist the changes that individuation brings. Similarly, those around the empath may struggle to accept the new dynamics that emerge as the empath steps into their power. In these moments of resistance, the empath is called to practice self-compassion and patience. They must learn to trust the process of transformation, to have faith in their ability to navigate the unknown. This trust is not blind. It is informed by the insights gained through introspection and exploration of the unconscious. It is a trust that is grounded in the knowledge that healing is a journey, not a destination. As the empath continues on this path, they may find themselves drawn to the symbolic language of dreams and synchronicities. These phenomena, though often dismissed by the rational mind, offer profound insights into the workings of the unconscious. Dreams, with their rich imagery and narratives, provide a mirror to the soul, reflecting the inner landscape of the psyche. For the empath, dreams may reveal hidden fears and desires, offering clues to the aspects of the self that require attention and healing. Synchronicities, those meaningful coincidences that defy logical explanation, can serve as guideposts on the empath journey. They remind us that we are not alone, that the universe is alive with meaning and purpose. In embracing these symbols and signs, the empath learns to listen to the whispers of the unconscious, to attune themselves to the deeper rhythms of life. This attunement is not a passive process. It requires active engagement and reflection. The empath must learn to discern the messages that arise from within and to integrate them into their conscious awareness. As we reflect on the empath's journey, let us also consider the importance of boundaries. The empath's sensitivity, while a gift, can also be a burden if not properly managed. Without clear boundaries, the empath risks becoming overwhelmed by the emotions and energies of others. They may find themselves absorbing the pain and suffering of those around them, losing sight of their own needs and desires. Establishing healthy boundaries is therefore essential for the empath's well-being. This is not a rejection of others, but a recognition of the empath's own worth and autonomy. It is an affirmation of the empath's right to exist as a separate and distinct individual with their own needs and aspirations. In this process of boundary setting, the empath may discover the power of saying no. This simple word, though often fraught with guilt and fear, can be a profound act of self-care. It is a declaration of the empath's right to prioritize their own well-being, to choose how they invest their time and energy. Ultimately, the empath's journey is one of empowerment. It is a journey of reclaiming the self, of embracing the full spectrum of one's humanity. It is a journey that calls for authenticity, for the courage to live in alignment with one's true values and beliefs. As the empath embraces this path, they become not only a healer of others, but a healer of themselves. In this transformation, the empath becomes a beacon of light in the world, illuminating the path for others to follow. They demonstrate the power of vulnerability and authenticity, showing that true strength lies not in the denial of one's emotions, but in the courageous embrace of them. They remind us that healing is a collective endeavor, one that requires compassion and connection. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us hold space for the empath within each of us. Let us honor the sensitivity and compassion that are inherent in our human nature. And let us remember that the journey of healing is one that we all share, one that calls us to embrace our shadows and to walk the path of individuation with courage and grace. As we delve further into the empath's journey, let us turn our attention to the concept of the self, which in Jungian psychology represents the totality of the psyche. The self is the central archetype in our journey towards individuation, symbolizing the harmonious integration of the conscious and unconscious aspects of the mind. For the empath, The quest for the self is a profound journey of self-discovery, where they must confront and reconcile the myriad facets of their identity. Within the empath lies a dynamic interplay between the persona and the shadow. The persona is the mask we wear in our interactions with the world, the identity we craft to navigate societal expectations and relationships. For the empath, the persona often takes the form of the caretaker, the nurturer, the one who is attuned to the needs of others. While this persona serves a vital function in social harmony, it can also obscure the true self, leading to an internal dissonance between one's outward identity and inner reality. The shadow, conversely, is the repository of all that we suppress or deny. It is the part of the empath that holds the unfulfilled needs and desires, the anger and resentment that may have been buried in the service of maintaining the persona. For the empath, acknowledging and integrating the shadow is a crucial step in the journey towards wholeness. It requires a willingness to face the discomfort of one's own imperfections and to embrace the fullness of one's humanity. As the empath navigates this complex landscape, they may find themselves drawn to the transformative power of symbols and myths, those ancient narratives that speak to the universal human experience, offer profound insights into the journey of individuation. They provide archetypal motifs that resonate with the empath's own story, offering guidance and wisdom from the collective unconscious. Consider, for instance, the myth of the hero's journey, a narrative structure that appears across cultures and traditions. The hero's journey is a metaphor for the empath's own quest for self-discovery, a journey that involves leaving the familiar behind, facing trials and challenges, and ultimately returning transformed. The empath, like the hero, must confront their fears and shadows, trusting that through this process they will emerge with a deeper understanding of themselves and their place in the world. In this journey, the empath may encounter the archetype of the wise old man or woman, a symbol of the inner guide that resides within us all. This archetype embodies wisdom and insight, offering counsel and support as the empath navigates the complexities of their inner world. By cultivating a relationship with this inner guide, the empath can access the deep well of wisdom that lies within, drawing upon it for guidance and strength. Yet, the path of individuation is not a solitary one. While the empath must undertake their own inner work, they are also called to engage with the world around them. The empath's sensitivity, when harnessed and balanced, becomes a bridge between the inner and outer worlds, allowing them to connect deeply with others and to contribute meaningfully to the collective. This integration of the personal and the collective is reflected in the archetype of the healer. The empath, in their role as a healer, acts as a conduit for transformation, facilitating healing not only for themselves, but for those around them. This role requires a delicate balance between empathy and detachment, a recognition that while the empath can support and guide others, they are not responsible for the healing of others. Instead, they serve as a catalyst, creating a space where healing can occur. The empath's journey then is one of profound service, It is a journey that calls for the cultivation of compassion, both for oneself and for others. Compassion, in its truest sense, is an acknowledgement of the shared human experience, a recognition of our interconnectedness and interdependence. It is the ability to hold space for the suffering of others while also honoring one's own boundaries and needs. As the empath continues on this path, they may find themselves drawn to practices that nurture their spiritual and emotional well-being. These practices, whether they be meditation, creative expression, or connection with nature, serve to ground the empath in the present moment. Fostering a sense of peace and equilibrium, they provide a sanctuary where the empath can recharge and reconnect with their inner self. In embracing these practices, the empath learns to listen to their inner voice, to trust in the wisdom of their intuition. This inner voice, the whisper of the soul, guides the empath towards their true purpose, leading them to the realization that healing is not a destination, but a journey. A continuous unfolding of the self towards wholeness. As we ponder the empath's journey, let us also recognize the importance of forgiveness. Forgiveness, both of oneself and of others, is a powerful tool for healing. It releases the hold of past wounds and grievances, freeing the empath to move forward with an open heart. It is an act of liberation, an acknowledgement that while we cannot change the past, we have the power to shape our future. The empath's path is ultimately one of liberation, a journey towards authenticity and self-empowerment. It is a journey that invites us to embrace our vulnerabilities, to celebrate our strength, and to honor the unique gifts that we bring to the world. It calls us to live with integrity, to align our actions with our values, and to contribute to the greater good. As we conclude this exploration, let us reflect on the empath within each of us. Let us honor the sensitivity and compassion that lie at the heart of our humanity, and let us commit to the journey of self-discovery and healing. May we walk this path with courage and grace, trusting in the wisdom of our inner guide and the transformative power of the unconscious. And may we remember that, in the words of the great Carl Jung, the privilege of a lifetime is to become who you truly are. As we venture further into the depths of the empathic psyche, let us pause to consider the significance of the relational field in the empath's journey. It is within the context of relationships that the empath's gifts and challenges are most profoundly experienced. From the earliest bonds with caregivers to the complex dynamics of adult relationships, the empath navigates a world of emotional depth and nuance, often serving as an emotional barometer for those around them. In the realm of relationships, the empath must confront the archetype of the lover. This archetype embodies the capacity for deep connection and intimacy, the longing for union with another. For the empath, the lover archetype can be both a source of profound fulfillment and a catalyst for inner turmoil. The empath's ability to merge with the emotional states of others can lead to a loss of self, a blurring of boundaries that leaves them vulnerable to emotional overwhelm. To navigate this terrain, the empath must cultivate a strong sense of self-awareness and autonomy. This begins with the recognition that true intimacy requires the presence of two whole individuals, each with their own needs, desire, and boundaries. The empath's journey is thus one of learning to hold space for both themselves and the other, to engage in relationships with openness and authenticity, while maintaining their own sense of identity. The empath's path is further illuminated by the archetype of the alchemist. The alchemist is the transformer, and the one who turns base materials into gold, who catalyzes change and growth. For the empath, this archetype represents the capacity to transmute emotional pain into healing, to transform suffering into wisdom. It speaks to the empath's role as a catalyst for transformation, both within themselves and in their relationships. To embody the alchemist, the empath must embrace the process of inner alchemy, the transformation of their own emotional landscape. This involves a willingness to confront the emotional wounds and patterns that have shaped their lives, to engage in the deep work of healing and integration. It requires a commitment to self-reflection and growth, a dedication to the ongoing journey of self-discovery. As the empath engages in this process, they may find themselves drawn to the healing power of creativity. Creativity, in all its forms, offers a means of expression and exploration, a way to give voice to the emotions and experiences that reside within, whether through art, music, writing, or movement. Creative expression allows the empath to connect with the deeper currents of their psyche, to access the wisdom of the unconscious. In the creative process, the empath can explore the symbolic language of the soul, tapping into the rich tapestry of images and archetypes that reside within. This exploration offers a pathway to integration, a means of bringing together the disparate aspects of the self into a cohesive whole. It is a dance between the conscious and the unconscious, a dialogue that fosters healing and transformation. The empath's creative journey is also a journey of empowerment. It is an opportunity to reclaim their voice, to assert their truth, and to share their unique perspective with the world through creativity. The empath can transcend the limitations of the spoken word, expressing the inexpressible and touching the hearts of others in profound ways. As we contemplate the empath's journey, let us also consider the importance of grounding and embodiment. The empath's sensitivity can often lead to a disconnection from the physical body as they become overwhelmed by the emotional and energetic currents around them. To counteract this, the empath must cultivate a practice of grounding, of anchoring themselves in the present moment and in their physical experience. Grounding practices such as mindfulness, yoga, or spending time in nature help the empath to connect with their body and the earth, fostering a sense of stability and resilience. These practices serve as a reminder that the empath is not merely a vessel for emotional energy, but a living, breathing being with physical needs and sensations. By cultivating this connection, the empath can enhance their capacity for presence and attunement, both to themselves and to others. In the exploration of the empath's journey, let us also acknowledge the role of community. While the empath's path is a deeply personal one, it is also enriched by connection with others who share similar experiences and understandings. Community offers a space for the empath to be seen and validated, to share in the collective wisdom and support of those who walk a similar path. Through community, the empath can find solace and inspiration, drawing strength from the shared journey of healing and growth. It is a reminder that we are all interconnected, that our individual journeys are woven into the larger tapestry of humanity. In this shared space, the empaths can find the courage to continue their journey, knowing that they are not alone. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us reflect on the empath's journey as a microcosm of the human experience. It is a journey of depth and complexity, of light and shadow, of joy and sorrow. It is a journey that calls us to embrace our vulnerability, to honor our sensitivity, and to trust in the transformative power of the unconscious. The empath's journey is ultimately a journey of love, love for oneself, love for others, and love for the world. It is a journey that invites us to open our hearts, to engage with life in all its beauty and complexity, and to contribute to the healing of the world. As we walk this path, may we be guided by the wisdom of the unconscious, the strength of our inner guide, and the transformative power of love. As we journey further into the intricate world of the empath, let us contemplate the profound connection between the empath and the archetype of the seeker. The seeker embodies the quest for truth and understanding, the yearning to uncover the mysteries of the self and the universe. For the empath, this archetype resonates deeply, as they are often driven by an insatiable curiosity about the human condition and the nature of consciousness. The empath's sensitivity to the subtleties of emotion and energy positions them uniquely in this quest. They are attuned to the hidden currents that flow beneath the surface of everyday life, sensing the unsaid and the unseen. This sensitivity acts as both a compass and a challenge, guiding the empath towards greater understanding while also demanding careful navigation of the emotional landscapes they encounter. In their role as the seeker, the empath must cultivate a sense of discernment and clarity. This involves developing an awareness of their own biases and projections, recognizing that the lens through which they view the world is colored by their personal experiences and beliefs. The journey of the seeker is thus one of continuous learning and growth, a process of refining one's perception and expanding one's consciousness. The empath's quest for understanding often leads them to explore the realms of spirituality and mysticism. These domains offer a wealth of wisdom and insight, providing frameworks for understanding the interconnectedness of all things and the deeper meaning of existence. For the empath, spirituality is not merely an abstract concept, but a lived experience, a way of being that informs every aspect of their life. Within the spiritual journey, the empath may encounter the archetype of the mystic. The mystic is the one who seeks direct communion with the divine, who transcends the limitations of the material world to touch the infinite. For the empath, this archetype represents the longing for transcendence, the desire to merge with the greater whole and to experience the unity of all creation. Embracing the mystic within involves surrendering to the mysteries of life. allowing oneself to be guided by intuition and inner knowing. It is an invitation to trust in the unfolding of the soul's journey, to recognize that there is a greater purpose at work even amidst the chaos and uncertainty of life. This trust is not passive, but active, requiring the empath to engage with their inner world and to cultivate a relationship with the divine. As the empath explores the spiritual dimensions of their journey, they may find solace and guidance in rituals and practices that honor the sacred. Rituals, whether they be simple daily practices or elaborate ceremonies, serve as a bridge between the mundane and the sacred, grounding the empath in the present moment by connecting them to the divine. These practices are deeply personal, reflecting the unique path of each individual. For some, meditation may offer a space for reflection and stillness, while for others, movement or dance may serve as a form of prayer, whatever form they take. These practices are a means of attuning to the rhythms of the soul, fostering a sense of peace and alignment. In the empath's exploration of spirituality, let us also acknowledge the role of compassion as a spiritual practice. Compassion, in its highest form, is an expression of the divine within us, a recognition of the sacredness of all life. It calls us to act with kindness and empathy, to extend our understanding and support to those around us. For the empath, compassion is both a natural gift and a practice to be cultivated. It involves opening the heart to the suffering of others while also honoring one's own boundaries and limits. It is a dance of giving and receiving, a balance between self-care and service to others. As the empath deepens their spiritual practice, they may encounter the transformative power of forgiveness. Forgiveness is a profound act of liberation, releasing the bonds of resentment and anger that tie us to the past. It is an acknowledgement of our shared humanity, a recognition that we all struggle and fall short at times. In forgiving others and oneself, the empath frees themselves from the weight of past wounds, creating space for healing and renewal. Forgiveness is not about condoning harm, but about choosing to let go of the pain and to move forward with an open heart. It is an act of grace, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As we reflect on the empath's spiritual journey, let us also consider the importance of community in this sacred work. Community offers a space for shared exploration and growth, a place where the empath can find support and understanding. It is a reminder that we are all on this journey together, that our individual paths are part of a larger tapestry of human experience. In community, the empath can share their insights and wisdom, contributing to the collective journey of healing and transformation. They can also draw strength from the shared stories and experiences of others, finding inspiration and encouragement along the way. The empath's journey is ultimately one of connection, connection to the self, to others, and to the divine. It is a journey that calls us to live with authenticity and integrity, to embrace our vulnerabilities, and to celebrate our strengths. As we walk this path, may we be guided by the light of our inner truth, trusting in the wisdom of the soul and the boundless potential for growth and transformation. As we continue our exploration of the empath's journey, let us turn our focus to the concept of transformation, a fundamental theme in Jungian psychology and the empath path alike. Transformation is the process through which the psyche evolves, shedding old patterns and identities to give birth to a more authentic self. For the empath, this transformative journey is both an inner and outer endeavor, challenging them to confront their deepest fears while embracing their highest potential. The empath, by their very nature, is often thrust into situations that demand growth and change. Their sensitivity to the emotional climates around them can act as a catalyst for transformation, pushing them to explore the depths of their own psyche in this process. So they must navigate the intricate dance between the known and the unknown. The familiar and the novel, it is a journey that requires courage, as they must be willing to venture into the shadowy recesses of their unconscious. The archetype of the phoenix is a powerful symbol of transformation, embodying the cycle of death and rebirth. For the empath, the phoenix represents the ability to rise from the ashes of old ways of being, to emerge renewed and revitalized. This process of transformation often involves a metaphorical death, a letting go of outdated beliefs, roles, and identities that no longer serve the empath's highest good. To undergo this transformation, the empath must first engage in the process of self-examination, a courageous inquiry into the patterns and dynamics that have shaped their life. This involves recognizing the influence of the collective unconscious, the inherited beliefs and archetypes that inform their worldview. By bringing these elements into consciousness, the empath can begin to disentangle themselves from the narratives that have bound them, creating space for new possibilities. As the empath embarks on this transformative journey, they may encounter the archetype of the warrior. The warrior embodies strength, resilience, and determination, qualities that are essential for navigating the challenges of transformation. For the empath, the warrior archetype serves as a reminder of their inner strength, encouraging them to stand firm in their truth and to pursue their path with unwavering resolve. The empath's journey of transformation is also deeply intertwined with the concept of surrender. Surrender, in this context, is not about giving up, but about relinquishing control and trusting in the unfolding of life. It is an invitation to release the need for certainty and to embrace the mystery of the unknown. This act of surrender allows the empaths to align with the natural flow of the universe, opening themselves to the guidance and support that is always available. In the process of transformation, the empaths may find themselves drawn to practices that support the release of old patterns and the integration of new insights. These practices, whether they be breathwork, journaling, or ritual, serve as tools for navigating the complexities of the inner world. They provide a framework for processing emotions and experiences, helping the empath to cultivate a sense of clarity and direction. As the empath transforms, they become increasingly attuned to the interconnectedness of all things. This awareness fosters a sense of compassion and empathy, not only for others, but also for themselves. The empath learns to approach their own journey with kindness and understanding, recognizing that transformation is a lifelong process, marked by ebbs and flows, triumphs and setbacks. In this journey, the empath may also come to appreciate the role of synchronicity. Synchronicities are those meaningful coincidences that appear to guide us along our path, offering insight and validation for the empath. These synchronicities serve as signposts, affirming their alignment with their true purpose and reminding them that they are supported in their journey. The empath's transformation is ultimately a journey of empowerment. It is about reclaiming one's voice, stepping into one's power, and living in alignment with one's deepest values and beliefs. As the empath embraces their authentic self, they become a beacon of light for others, inspiring those around them to embark on their own journeys of transformation. As we reflect on the empath's transformative journey, let us also consider the importance of gratitude. Gratitude is a powerful practice that can shift our perspective, allowing us to see the beauty and abundance in our lives. For the empath, cultivating gratitude can serve as a grounding force, helping them to remain present and connected to the richness of their experience. Gratitude invites the empath to acknowledge the gifts and lessons that arise from their journey, to honor the growth that comes from both the joys and challenges they encounter. It is a practice that fosters resilience and optimism, encouraging the empaths to continue on their path with an open heart. As we draw this exploration to a close, let us hold space for the empath within each of us. Let us honor the transformative power of the journey, the courage it takes to face the unknown, and the beauty that emerges from embracing our true selves. May we walk this path with grace and gratitude, trusting in the wisdom of the unconscious and the infinite potential for growth and healing. As we delve further into the empath's odyssey, we find ourselves at the crossroads where the inner world meets the outer expression. This point of convergence is crucial for the empath, for it is where the insights and transformations garnered from inner work manifest in tangible, everyday life. This integration of inner and outer worlds is not merely a personal endeavor, but a dynamic interaction with the broader tapestry of existence. For the empath, navigating this threshold requires embracing the archetype of the sage. The sage symbolizes wisdom, discernment, and the ability to see beyond the immediate into the deeper truths that underlie our experiences. It calls the empath to apply the insights gained from their inner journey to their interactions with the world, transforming personal growth into collective benefit. The empath, in embodying the sage, learns to balance intuition with reason, sensitivity with pragmatism. This balance is essential, for it allows the empath to engage with the world from a place of grounded awareness, bringing clarity and purpose to their actions. It is a delicate dance, requiring the empath to remain open to the flow of life while maintaining a firm sense of their own boundaries and values. Within this process lies the concept of service. The empath's journey is deeply intertwined with a call to serve, to contribute to the healing and upliftment of others. Yet, true service is not about self-sacrifice or martyrdom. It is an expression of the empath's authentic self, sharing of their unique gifts with the world. It arises from a place of abundance and fulfillment, not from a sense of obligation or lack to engage in service authentically. The empath must cultivate a sense of inner abundance. This involves recognizing their own worth and the value of their contributions, irrespective of external validation or recognition. It is an acknowledgement that they have something meaningful to offer simply by virtue of being themselves. As the empath steps into this role of service, they may encounter the archetype of the teacher. The teacher is not only a conveyor of knowledge, but a facilitator of growth and transformation. For the empath, this archetype represents the ability to inspire and empower others, to guide them on their own journeys of self-discovery and healing. In embodying the teacher, the empath learns to share their wisdom with humility and openness. They recognize that teaching is a reciprocal process, one that involves learning from those they seek to guide. This mutual exchange enriches both the empath and those they serve, fostering a sense of connection and community. The empath's journey of integration also involves the cultivation of resilience. Resilience is the capacity to adapt and thrive amidst the challenges and uncertainties of life. For the empath, this involves developing strategies to manage their sensitivity, ensuring that they remain balanced and centered even in the face of adversity. One key aspect of resilience is the ability to set and maintain healthy boundaries. Boundaries are not barriers. They are the parameters within which the empath can engage with the world in a way that is sustainable and nourishing. They allow the empath to protect their energy and focus on what truly matters, while still remaining open and connected to others. In this journey of integration, the empaths may find themselves drawn to practices that support their physical and emotional well-being. These practices, whether they be mindfulness, exercise, or creative expression, serve as anchors, helping the empath to remain grounded and present. They provide a sanctuary where the empath can recharge and restore their inner equilibrium. As the empath continues to integrate their inner and outer worlds, they may also discover the importance of play and joy. Playfulness is an essential aspect of the human experience. A reminder that life is not just about growth and transformation, but also about savoring the simple pleasures and moments of delight. For the empath, cultivating a sense of joy and play can be a powerful antidote to the intensity of their emotional landscape, offering balance and perspective. In this exploration of the empath's journey, let us also consider the role of legacy. Legacy is not merely about what we leave behind, but about how we live in the present. It is the impact we have on those around us, the ways in which we contribute to the unfolding story of humanity. For the empaths, legacy involves living in alignment with their values, embodying the change they wish to see in the world. The empath's legacy is one of compassion, authenticity, and service. It is a testament to the power of sensitivity, showing that empathy and kindness can be transformative forces in the world. As the empath walks this path, they inspire others to embrace their own sensitivity, to see it not as a weakness, but as a strength that can lead to profound connection and healing. As we conclude this exploration, let us hold space for the empath within each of us. Let us honor the journey of integration the courage it takes to navigate the inner and outer worlds with grace and authenticity. May we walk this path with open hearts, trusting in the wisdom of our inner guide and the transformative potential of our shared humanity. And may we remember that, in the words of Carl Jung, who looks outside dreams, who looks inside awakes. As we continue to explore the intricate tapestry of the empath's journey, let us delve into the nuanced interplay between vulnerability and strength, a paradox that lies at the heart of the empathic experience. This paradox is not only central to the empath's personal evolution, but also to their capacity to contribute meaningfully to the world around them. It is through embracing vulnerability that the empath discovers true resilience, and through acknowledging their sensitivity that they access profound inner strength. Vulnerability, often perceived as a weakness in our society, is in fact a gateway to deeper connection and understanding. For the empath, who naturally perceives the subtleties of emotion, vulnerability becomes a means of authentic engagement with the self and others. It involves the courageous act of being open to one's own emotional landscape, allowing oneself to experience the full spectrum of human feelings without judgment or reservation. Yet, embracing vulnerability requires the empath to confront the fear of exposure and rejection. This fear is deeply rooted in the human condition, a reflection of our innate desire for acceptance and belonging. For the empath, acknowledging this fear is a crucial step in the journey toward authenticity. By facing it head-on, so the empath can begin to dismantle the barriers that keep them from fully expressing their true selves. Within this process lies the archetype of the innocent, which embodies purity, openness, and trust. The innocent invites the empath to approach life with a sense of wonder and curiosity, to see the world through the eyes of a child. This archetype encourages the empath to let go of cynicism and to embrace the potential for growth and discovery that vulnerability offers. The innocent also serves as a reminder that vulnerability is not about naivete or recklessness. It is about choosing to engage with life wholeheartedly, with the understanding that pain and joy are both integral parts of the human experience. This openness allows the empath to forge deeper connections with others, fostering empathy and compassion in their relationships. In embracing vulnerability, the empath also discovers their inherent strength. This strength is not the brute force of domination, but the quiet resilience of the heart. It is the ability to remain open and present even in the face of adversity, and to find meaning and purpose amidst life's challenges. For the empath, true strength lies in authenticity, in the willingness to be seen and known for who they truly are. As the empath navigates this delicate balance between vulnerability and strength, they may find themselves drawn to the archetype of the healer. The healer embodies the capacity to transform pain into wisdom and suffering into growth. For the empath, this archetype represents the power of their sensitivity to facilitate healing, both for themselves and others. The healer's journey is one of self-discovery and service, requiring the empath to engage deeply with their own healing process. This involves acknowledging the wounds they carry, both personal and ancestral, and taking responsibility for their own well-being. Through this inner work, the empath cultivates the empathy and insight necessary to guide others on their healing journeys. As the empath embraces the healer within, they also learn to harness the power of intention. Intention is a focused and purposeful energy that directs the empath's actions and interactions. It is a conscious choice to align one's thoughts, words, and deeds with their highest values and aspirations. For the empath, setting clear intentions can serve as a powerful tool for manifestation, guiding them towards the fulfillment of their goals and dreams. In this process, the empath may also explore the realm of energy work, a practice that recognizes the interconnectedness of mind, body, and spirit. Energy work involves the conscious manipulation of the subtle energies that flow through and around us, fostering balance and harmony within the self and the environment. For the empath, this practice can enhance their natural sensitivity, allowing them to navigate the energetic dynamics of their surroundings with greater ease and awareness. As the empath deepens their understanding of energy and intention, they may also come to appreciate the role of mindfulness in their journey. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present in the moment, aware of one's thoughts, feelings, and sensations, without judgment. For the empath, cultivating mindfulness can help to anchor them in the present, reducing the overwhelm that can arise from their heightened sensitivity. Through mindfulness, the empath learns to observe their experiences with curiosity and compassion, creating space for insight and transformation. This practice also fosters a sense of inner peace, allowing the empath to navigate the complexities of life with greater equanimity and grace. In the empath's journey, let us also recognize the importance of creativity as a means of expression and healing. Creativity is an inherent aspect of the human spirit, a channel through which we can explore and articulate our innermost thoughts and emotions. For the empath, engaging in creative pursuits can be a powerful way to process experiences, release pent-up emotions, and connect with their authentic self, whether through art, music, writing, or dance. Creativity offers the empath a means of transcending the limitations of language and logic, tapping into the deeper currents of their psyche. It is a form of play that invites spontaneity and experimentation, allowing the empath to discover new facets of themselves and their potential. As we reflect on the empath's journey, let us hold space for the complexity and beauty of their experience. Let us honor the courage it takes to embrace vulnerability and the strength that emerges from authenticity. May we support the empath within each of us, recognizing the value of sensitivity and the transformative power of empathy. And may we remember that in the journey toward wholeness, every step is a testament to the resilience and grace of the human spirit.